Good evening, Gooners. What a Saturday. Hope everyone's had a good day. I certainly have. Look, if you're new around here, hit the like button. If you're also new around here, hit the subscribe button. If you're online, get involved in the comments. Massive 3 points. Can't tell you how much of a lift that's going to give us going into the next batch of fixtures. Wayne, good evening, sir. He went with what you wanted, except for Eze on the left.
Yeah, Good evening, mate. I mean, listen, there's sometimes that there's as I say, there's nothing against Trossard. Obviously, starting like I said to you privately. I just think you need to kind of unleash the boy at some point in order to get him. Listen, he might turn up against Chelsea in the Carabao. Evening, Charles. Perfect response, my
Evening,
friend.
Charles. Yeah, what a result that was. What a
Yeah.
result.
I mean, listen as well. I'll read this out before I go, Tone.
Yeah, go on.
Havertz midfield thing is a thing, I guess. Everyone was thinking he will come and add to the attack. Yeah, I mean, listen, Charles. One thing you got to say is Erdegaard. There's a few moments, but he did come on. I mean, obviously the ball down the channel to Martinelli, and then Martinelli takes the defender on, whips it in for Gyökeres's goal. He had some good moments. I still think, obviously, what I would do is Erdegaard starts in the Carabao. Yeah. Come Sunderland at home, we need to not play with the handbrake on at all. We need to go at them. So I think this one again, I think you get Havertz in the midfield. But listen, he come on and it was better. But there's another moment where the ball's come to him and then he's gone straight sideways. And you think to yourself, look around. I don't know what it is with him at the moment, but all I'd say is it's a decent response. But I still think we were, Havertz in the midfield tone. You got your two double pivots. That's what you need. You need your double pivot. Supermendy.
It worked really well.
And it works, mate. So I mean, at this moment in time,
I don't know what their goalkeeper was doing for that second goal. He was trying to box the ball.
Did he have a bet on or something, mate?
No, mate. I should have told the keeper, let one in, mate. I've put 2-0 down.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what he was doing there.
What did your mate read this out, Tone, and I'll make a point to
you.
Well,
he had kind of lifted the attack, but in a different way. Not many people expected. Kudos to Arteta for seeing that head, eh? Yeah, and he's got. Have you guys? Oh, it's a very good point. Yeah, have you been checking the socials post going about Saka? Is it hip or is it long term? Joe, what I listened.
I've not seen anything yet, Charles.
I've not. I see the Arteta post match press conference, and he sort of said that they're going to assess him because they've got a training session tomorrow ahead of the League Cup game.
It was weird, Tone, wasn't it? Because it's not as if no one challenged him, mate. It didn't. I can't. Watching that video back in the training, I don't know. Did you see anything? What could you have a look at what it was, mate?
It's one of them things where I would wait until his press conference for the League Cup semi-final because he would have spoken to the medical team and be able to get a. At the moment, I think everyone's sort of, and of course, rival supporters are going to be scaremongering us. Saying it's worse than what it is. Could be. Apparently, the word I got, he tweaked something. That's what Arteta said. He tweaked something.
You're saying straight. I mean, let's hope it's not bad. But the thing is, as well, for the lad, in all due respect, is that he's struggled. It's not as if we've kind of he's hitting formed currently. If Noni at the moment is scaring people because of his finisher, but today he could have that goal. He created the own goal.
Yeah,
and he created Supermendy. He's got his first kind of assists on ball.
You know what? He done well today. He must be listening to us because he's got to get the stats up.
He's got to keep it going.
I think Saka's. I'd imagine Saka's probably going to be out for a couple of weeks, so it's an opportunity for him to come in and and do a job. Jaspende, good evening, mate. Odegaard does very well here, when there is space. When there is none, he struggles. That's why after 23-24, he started struggling. His team started sitting back. Yeah. Today,
what happened, Tone? They were a tired Leeds team, and he'd come on. He did have the space, and I think this could be a game state. It's the same with putting Jesus on, Tone. Jesus, by the way, fantastic fourth goal.
Oh, what a finish that was! But then someone made a very good point, right? He done very well today, but he started against United, done sod all. So
that's the thing. He's a finisher. I think he's a finisher, and I think Erdegaard this season may end up turning into a finisher, Tone. You know that guy that controls it when you've done the damage and you want him. You're 2-0 up. he's your guy. He's your guy
Yeah,
to come on,
yeah,
control
yeah.
it,
No,
keep the ball, slow the opposition down. This
yeah.
is one for you. This is one. So man
Match
of the
of
match today
man of
for
the
you.
match today for you guys. I thought that actually said match of the day tonight for you guys. I was like, I ain't watched match of the day in bloody ages. Man of the match today. Oh, I think Madueke sort of edges it for me. I think just because he
Yeah,
kept going, he was quite dangerous, wasn't he? And I
yeah.
think as well that
Could be Rice as well, Tony. He's a
Rice,
phenomenal. He had a
yeah,
phenomenal
right.
game
I
as per
think
usual, but
we sort of disregard Rice in the sense because
you
he's going to drop a number. He's
you
going to
know
drop
he's
8 out
gonna.
of 10, 9 out of 10. So you take it for granted, really,
Exactly.
didn't you?
You do,
So
Tony. You do, matey.
I think yeah, I think
I would say
Madueke might slightly edge it.
Madueke for that performance, Tony. I'll be with you,
Yeah,
mate. I know he was on for 60, 65-minute, Charles, but it's better. You know what it is as well, Tone, is you imagine as a player, right? This guy knows social media. A jazz for listen, he
yeah.
could have done.
I Joe, what?
His head could have been on a chopping block,
As soon
dropping early guard, mate.
as
Yeah.
soon as we see the lineup, Wayne literally messing me going. Arteta showing some balls for a
Mm.
change, and he did. Unfortunately, you got
Other
to
than
do
Ezra
that.
going on
I mean,
time,
look,
wasn't it? He was
other
almost
than
there.
Ez on the left, mate, that was your 11. You're getting it right, mate. We
Yeah,
start putting
quite
lottery on.
literally,
Fucking
yeah.
hell. Look, I think that yes, it was a big decision to make, and he made it, and it paid off because I think Havertz in the Champions League. I noticed. Did you know? I don't know if you guys noticed. Gyökeres had a little bit more freedom on the attack.
Yeah.
He was getting. I mean, that ball. I must admit, Gyökeres does frustrate me in situations. So that game today, it was through on goal. It just took too long to get you shot off.
He seems to. It
Yeah.
just seems in the Premier League, he seems that he thinks he's got a
You
bit
ain't
more
got that
time.
much
Well,
time. Yeah, I
he
think you
hasn't got
think,
that much
but
time.
then
You know.
yeah, and I think that can be one thing that's a little bit frustrating. It's like get out your feet, hit it. He took too long to.
Mm.
You don't have that sort of time in Premier. They're a lot quicker.
No.
They've got quick centre back.
It's been a tough listen, Bones. It's been a tough learning curve, and I think with him as well, people. I know obviously he's not technically the most sound. I mean, you look at ball goes into Jesus' feet, he controls it,
Yeah, yeah,
boom, past the
yeah.
defender, bang. That's what you need though at times. You know what I mean? And if he's going to do that, if Jesus is going to do stuff like that, that's why it's valuable. That's why I said to you as well. We ain't going to spend any money in January. We don't need to anyway. Jesus in the summer, if you're looking at an Alvarez kind of type profile to replace him, that could be an option as well because that's what he might add to you. Because it could be a finisher, it could be in a support striker role, like in like what Havertz is doing. But he come on, done the business as well. And Gyökeres got the rest for 15, 20, 15 minutes of the match, Bones. But listen, great movement for him. And look at Martinelli, right wing, weaker foot. Straight into
Great
the
cross.
mixer.
Yeah, Gyökeres showed really good strength for that goal. You got to
He
give him
did.
some
He was
credit
getting
there.
held. He was getting held down, Bones.
Yeah, I think that's what the thing is. He might not score in games, but I think we have to start realizing that you sort of need them in them situations. Against Sunderland, right? It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be rough and tumble in the box. You need him there to create the space. You need him there.
I'm going for. I think he's got to go something, and I'd like to see Eza Bones a bit at the Emirates. I'd like to see Eza. Unless I think Eza's going to obviously he's going to start at Chelsea. He has to if he's Trossard played the whole 90. And listen, it's not a slight on Trossard. It's just that I think that if you want to unlock Eza, and Eza is your finisher for the rest of the season, look what he's done at Crystal Palace. I've said before on streams, and I keep saying it and repeating myself, Tom, is that he's the end of season guy. That's when he picks up. This is his time to start getting the games and picking up and giving him that moment to flourish because he's your guy who can bang in a go when in a tight affair. It wasn't tight today, but still thought Leeds were physical in that first half.
I don't think Leeds were that great. From I don't know if that's because we was that solid or the fact that I think we started off really well. I did actually. I don't know if you guys read it somewhere. Jez, I think you're new, mate. Welcome to the channel. You boys are great today. Phil, we gave you too much respect. Are you a Leeds supporter, mate? Too much respect and made it easy at times. But season's not defined by losing to individual champions. Good luck. Thank you, buddy. That's really nice. Hopefully you stay up.
Thanks for joining, mate.
And there
Tony
it's like an old school ground. It's an old school ground. Leeds. Wayne's dad is actually a Leeds supporter. So
he's since the 70s. Shezza. My dad just loved Leeds. He's always wanted to see them do well. They're, for me, it's like a second team in a sense, and that is that I don't want them to. If they're up in the Premier League, I want them to stay up because it's obviously just it's my dad's team. So yeah, good luck to you guys as well. Listen, like Daniel Farker at the end of the thing, Tony's just praising Arsenal. I think Leeds, you've got bigger fish to fry in the terms of, this is a game you could afford to lose. You're doing well, so look, good luck to you for the rest of the season, matey. You'll get the points to stay up, hopefully. And for Daniel Farker as well, Tone, the last time he come up, it was with Norwich, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And then he got the sack, and then Norwich went down. So I'm hoping he does for you boys. But it is what it is, When we turn it on, we can turn it on, and that was we played well today. But yeah, good luck to you boys. Thanks
yeah,
for joining as well, matey.
yeah. Thank you, mate. Just Pender, do you think we played through the whole field instead of right because of Saka not being there? Whenever Saka is there, we play majority through the right, even if Odegaard is playing or not. Very good point, Just. Very, very good point. I was going to get onto that. We were more central today. Havertz was a big pivotal part of that. Everything went through him in the central area. And there was a lot more direct passes through midfield rather than on the wings. Yes, the wings, it was crossing. We got goals from set pieces. And our second top scorer, or joint top scorer, on our own goal. What a player that is!
He's a fantastic signing, Tone.
The rival supporters are getting a raving up with us. Oh, look, another own goal. Look, we'll take it. We can't help how they go in. If the goalie wants to punch it in the net for us, then we'll take it. We'll take it. But yeah, I think Havertz and Gyökeres, I think Arteta's unlocked something there, and I generally think that for the rest of the season, I think we should start off with that. Bring Odegaard on just to manage the game.
Odegaard has got to be a finisher, Tone.
Yeah, he can't.
Cup games, he can start Bones, but he's got to be a finisher in the Premier League, mate.
You noticed in the week where we've done the watch along, as soon as Odegaard come on the pitch, we lost that fluidity in our play.
Yeah.
That attacking play, it's very like
it was annoying. It was against Barat Tone, wasn't it? Like you said, and you mentioned, mate. Like it's not as if we were playing the top tier European side. You think that he should have a field day, a player of Odegaard's quality, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I can see him leaving, mate. I can see him going in the summer. I think it's going that way, unfortunately.
Listen,
as long as we get top dollar for him, then we'll, 70 million, we can reinvest that into
I just think
I think give Eze a chance next season.
It's such a conundrum, Bones, because, like I said, good luck, my friend.
Luck,
thank
mate.
you. Listen, keep following us. We always like to any kind of supporters, please join. But we appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Good luck. The thing is with it, mate, is the team now has kind of gone away from Odegaard is not a number 10. People will understand that. And I've said it before. I said it in the summer, and you will back me up. But I said to you, I think he's got to find his place as a deeper line 8 player. He's not a 10 anymore. You've got like an Eze, and you've got a Havertz now, and even when Yeri can play the role and interprets the role in a different way. He has to find his role in the team. He might not, but I think currently to the end of the season, Bones is he should be in the Premier League, be a finisher. And don't be surprised though if he goes against his old master at the Etihad, and he'll put Odegaard in the team to try to control it. I don't think he should. I think he should go for a team, like go for him at the Etihad. It's depending on the league state, But
I mean, to be fair to Odegaard, he was the guy that played the pass for the third goal. Right, that was a good little pass outside of his foot to Martinelli. So he had moments in that game.
This is what you need from him.
But I think you need Havertz in there with Gyökeres just to start off strong, because I think we come straight out of the blocks against Leeds. We were strong, attacking. We were dangerous because Havertz again is that pivot with Gyökeres. For some reason, it clicks more than Eze and even Odegaard in a number 10. And as I said, I don't think Gyökeres benefits from us having a number 10. Havertz isn't a straight number 10. He'll play as the backup striker at times.
Of course, he will, Tone.
So,
like a focal point, mate, and he needs that. I've said that you need the card. As I've said to you, he struggles when there's Odegaard, because Odegaard doesn't naturally think he should be playing off of him or near him. Well, Havertz is that guy that occupies that area, Tone, and then it allows Gyökeres to pin the centre halves, give the space to Havertz, and that's you'll find it's gonna work even more. He'll be running between the lines, Havertz, looking for the ball. All Gyökeres has got to do is make them runs off of the defender, and listen, it can only benefit us having them two playing off of each other, in my opinion. And Eza, to an extent as well, if you needed to, he can do that. But that's why I said obviously on the left, you know, to have him ghosting in, because he can do that Trossard role. It's just he's got to do something to change Mikel's mind at the moment, Tone.
I mean, if you look at the stats, right, we had 14 shots today, 8 on target, compared to Leeds, who had 3 shots and 1 on target. That just goes to show how explosive we was in attack, and I think that's because of the lineup that he went with today. Odegaard's very wishy-washy and passes it around and don't get us going. I don't think Havertz is a 90-minute player either, by the way. I think that you need to
I
take him
think
off
I agree with you, Tone. Yeah, I don't think you could play that every week
just to manage the game, right? So we've got a good squad. We really do. I think we can make that work. Just put if Bayern Inter want him, I believe he should be good enough for us. Yeah, good point. I just think the reason why I think he might choose to leave, mate, is a different league. I think the Premier League is going a completely different way.
You have to be physical, don't you, Tone?
Yeah,
and what it is, Jazz, I just think he needs to be more physical, Tone, haven't we? We've said that.
Listen, he's on the defensive Odegaard. We're not slagging the guy off.
Listen, my friend. We're not saying that. We're just saying that obviously
for some reason with Havertz.
Yeah, it seems a bit more fluid, and he's a deeper. For me, Tone, as I say, he's a deeper player. He's a deeper midfielder.
But if play him in the 8 and put Rice in the 6. See how you get on with that.
I mean, Zuberman. I think you'd have to. I think Zuberman and Odegaard in midfield would be physically overwhelmed. I think you could get away with doing something. So Rice would be an ideal partner for him. But obviously, Mikel's not been doing it. But in my opinion, Jazz, is in terms of his ability, is I think that if he's been given that time, he needs to be a kind of a central midfielder, and find he's got to be stronger as well. Having a Havertz in there, Tone, having with Trossard pinging the ball into Havertz with Gyökeres flicking off of him, that works it's going to work at this moment in time. Sometimes you've got to find what works, Tone, and you might find out that when we got, say, like you said, it's a 0-0 unblocker, like someone just said earlier on, right? And if you get 1-0, 2-0 up, right, and you're difficult and away from home, Odegaard comes on to control the game. He then becomes your third midfielder as opposed to a number 10. He come on, controlled the game, helped out in 2 goals. And this is why we're going to praise him. In that sense, that's what I said to Jazz for. Like I said earlier, well done to him for coming on. I just think at times you have to unlock these teams. And I think Odegaard just is too, at times, back and forth. Like he'll turn around and go again. Sometimes you just need to be on the front foot with pace on the transition. And we've got a transitional striker up top. Don't play Gyökeres with Odegaard; it won't work. So you have to one or the other. I think if you drop Gyökeres, Tone, play Odegaard by all means, and put Havertz up top, because it's not going to suit Gyökeres' game.
Yeah, the midfielders come out. If in the off season, work on his upper body strength and make him an 8, as a 10, Rice 6. If he can have the body of someone like Zubimendi, he'll be unbelievable. No, he would be, mate. He would.
No, listen, mate. This is the argument. It's just whether or not it will happen, and if Mikel sees it. The game's moved on, and the way we're playing now, you can kind of see the team we're becoming. Tone is moving on from what Odegaard offers in the 10.
Yeah.
So what he has to do at Jazz listen. This is we have said this multiple times. Me and Tony repeat ourselves, and we do not dislike Odegaard. I love the way I love his technique.
I would be devastated if he leaves the club, because I do think he's technically up there with one of our.
He's just got to find. It's so tough. I think the players we got there in the 10 means he's not. I just don't think he's a 10 anymore.
I think he's too easy to play against now, because because he funnels himself over to that right hand side with Saka. Well, maybe Saka not playing today actually probably done them a favour, because we know they've got to come on.
Good evening, I agree. And sorry, Tony.
Well, I think Retro, good evening, buddy.
A good comment.
That was a good win for us, 4-0, but more consistency. Now, if we get out on a 10-week streak, we win the league. Realistically, we will be on 77 points, 85 to 88 wins it. Yeah, look, I think
100% Retro. I totally agree with you, mate.
So, I just think that, look, we need Spurs to do us a favour tomorrow. Not that we're going to beat, but
On
then
that
look,
tone, and I
we've
want
got
you
to
to
keep
have your,
winning.
I want
It's
you
all
to have
down.
your say. But I was talking to a Tottenham fan at work today, right? And he's arguing. He literally listen. We don't. I always muck about with him, but we've got a good relationship. It's like when you got you know mates at when you was younger. You
Yeah,
could
yeah, yeah,
you could say this
yeah.
one's better, that one's better, but you talk about it realistically. And I said to him, just in passing, and I said, "You're going to do us a favour tomorrow?" He went, mate. He said, "We are 8 points from relegation, and 8 points from like the European places or whatever." He said, "I want the points." He said, "I don't care about who it is. I want my team." I said to him, I said, "Mate, I said, this is the thing with like this." I said, "There's people online saying they want to lose now because Arsenal, it could help Man City and it stop
Yeah,
Arsenal."
yeah.
You had a manager, and this is talking to Tottenham fans. Sorry, you had a manager in what's his name? So Ange, right?
Mhm.
He was 17th. You guys were when in a year he was sitting there. He's sitting there in a press conference being asked, fans want you to lose. I want the game to win. Thomas Frank has yet again been asked, your fans want you to lose this game. What do you think? That's embarrassing, right?
Yeah, it's
Listen,
nuts.
Tottenham
It's
were
nuts.
when years ago, Tone. You remember when we had I call it the Mustafi years, right? When we were shocking. I would not have wanted to see Tottenham win, but I wanted my football club to win. I didn't give a shit about Tottenham. If Tottenham won the league, I'll be devastated. Of course I would. But my team was struggling. My team was down there. We weren't winning stuff. I never want my football team to lose. Whether if it helped Tottenham or helped them or not. And like a Jasper just said, they owe us a favour because we beat Leeds for them. So but
You know what?
I just can't see it, Tone. I get it. I get it. Hate Arsenal, but your football club is in a state. Your football club has won a European trophy that everyone they keep going on about it with us and telling us, we're European champions. Fair enough. Okay, that's you won. You won. We can't argue whether it's the lowest of the low. They've won. They won the Europa League. Right,
Yeah,
they've won something. You won something, and then you sacked your manager, and now you've got a new manager in, and you're still saying you want to lose because it will help stop Arsenal from winning something. Well,
it's messed
your
up.
club is
Messed up.
your club is teetering near to the relegation point zone. If that's Arsenal, I go. I want the 3 points. I want to go because imagine if they go out of the Champions League, and they want to purposely lose tomorrow. What? So it's going to be perfect okay when you don't make the Champions League again.
Yeah,
Better Champions League gives you better quality players. You might have Van der Ven leave. You might have Romero leave. You're as a club, you need Champions League football. Shouldn't matter who is at the top of the Premier League. Get the points on board. Sorry
yeah.
about that rant, Tone.
That's all right. I'm
That's
actually
my,
wondering if
you
Alfie,
know.
if you're online, let us know, mate. You can join at the end and we can do a little
I know
preview.
Alfie's a bit more sensible than some of
But
these
yeah,
people,
let us
but
know
it's
if you're
just
in the chat, mate. I'll send you a link. You can jump on at the end and we can
get
discuss
the
the City game.
get the points on the
Get
board,
your thoughts
Tone.
on it.
You know.
Let's get through his comments, Wayne. The
Cool,
problem is, I
matey.
don't know who gave him this idea. He continuously loses weight. His prime came when he was very healthy. Odegaard was better when he was healthy. I
He's
don't.
looking thinner, isn't he, a Jazz fan? I'm with you,
Yeah,
mate.
he
Yeah,
is. He's gone. I don't know if he's gone. I mean, Bernardo Silva isn't a heavy player, and he still seems to be effective in games. So
exactly, Tone.
then, yeah, I don't have a problem with Odegaard getting dropped. I have a problem with the hate he has been getting. Yeah, he has been a top professional just off form. Which you can't control, but he is getting hate.
He shouldn't be
He's
getting
getting.
hate, mate. He
He's
shouldn't be
getting.
getting hate.
Yeah, I don't agree with him getting hate. Criticism is probably the better word to be using, right?
Yeah,
I don't agree with him at this moment in time being our captain. That's one thing that I would say, right? I would say if we took that armband off of him, I reckon he'd go back to the player that he was. Take that duck off his back, take the weight off his shoulders, and go and play your football. Give it
yeah.
to Declan, give it to Gabs. Let them worry about all the other stuff off the pitch. You concentrate on your football. I bet you the money to go back to being that world class 10 that we had in 22, 23.
Mm. That's all.
Right,
That's all we want. Oh,
How you
hello,
doing,
mate.
mate?
Welcome back to Financial Gooner. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining, matey.
Thoughts on Martinelli playing the right seemed really effective, and if Saka's out long term, could it be an option to rotate him? Okay, definitely. I think Martinelli's played on that right hand side a few times.
In all,
Is that left foot? Arteta loves the cutting on his left foot
he loves to
and the
cut
cross.
in, but he offers. He is a different. He has tried that before, Tone. But I think look, the thing is with it, and this is again, you got to realise he's our star boy. This isn't a criticism, but we've got players, and he's got depth now in that squad.
Yeah,
So you should
yeah,
have players that can do that and come in tone if Saka, and also as well as what I meant earlier is Saka's not exactly been in the absolute world class, world beater form currently. So it could just be a case of player steps in, comes in when you want to be winning trophies, titles, whatever it is. You have to have a player ready to come in tone and start doing the business, and then Saka can just if he gets injured, just rest up well because you don't have to rush him back. You should not have to rush him back, Tone. You've got the players now. Give that boy a rest because he's fit. His body this year has been kind of telling him he's been struggling. He's world class. He's a world class player
yeah.
when he's on form.
He just
He
can't get
struggled
going.
big style this year.
Does Arteta need to take a little bit of blame for Odegaard's form?
Um, Listen, you could do the way the team sets up. As I say, like someone like you said, Tone,
Yeah.
in terms of a striker playing in this team, could that also be a struggle? I mean, you've seen, in all due respect as well, there's arguments on each hand in terms of Gyökeres. But when Gyökeres has joined, he's a transitional striker who's sporting played to his strengths. Yes, again, weaker league. I will keep on making that point. I know it is, but he still had he had some opposition at times. He scored 54 goals, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if it's all in, but he also scored
But if
quite a
you
lot of goals on the international level. Tone.
Yeah. Have you
It
seen
could be
his
the
goals though,
system at
Wayne?
times.
Have you seen the reason why he gets his goals? Have you seen the play up to his goals? Everything's 1-2 touch. His first time play.
Have you been watching what I said
Only
to you,
got
Tony? His goals, his compilation on YouTube, like 20.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah,
doesn't. He
honestly, I know
doesn't. He doesn't feed off of this slow moving.
he doesn't link the
Odegaard
play.
will hold on to the ball far too long. And that's why it
Yeah,
hasn't worked. Saka the same,
yeah,
to be fair. Saka will
yeah,
go on the right, will go on the left, he's going the right. He'll pivot both
yeah.
ways to the point where the chance is gone. Right. And that's why I think Havertz struggled with that as well at times. If you actually look back at it, I think he struggled at times as well
Yeah,
with the way that we played. And we do it. There is a guilty thing of Odegaard holding on to the ball too long, which slows the
yeah.
game down. And I do think that he is guilty of slowing us down.
It
That's
is
why
that.
I think today worked because you had Havertz who was very direct with his play. You had not Martin, sorry, you had Trossard who was also very direct with his play. That chance that he was first time into Gyökeres needs to do better. He needs to be quicker. But that first time pass is what gets him firing.
You only get like I say before I go on to my point quickly, what you just said about Gyökeres time. I'll read a jazz for here because this
Go
is
on, mate. Yeah,
this is a good point.
Eze will get more time now because Trossard purple patch is over for sure. His yearly form, which lasts 1 month, is over.
No, but listen, mate. He has his
hasn't been
moments.
great.
He's
He
got to
hasn't been
be.
great.
It's got to be Ez's time, mate.
Yeah.
Uh,
Retro, I don't hate Odegaard, but I don't think it should be an excuse for me. He's
yeah.
had 2 good years out of 5.5, 6 almost. He's just not as good as if we think. Yeah, Joe, what I think it's a bit of
it is
both.
the argument, isn't it, Tone?
I think that a lot of
It's a
players.
healthy debate, guys. It's a
Yeah,
healthy debate.
a lot of players. I think Arteta's half to blame as well because I think it's the
Yeah.
system he plays. The system he plays doesn't benefit attacking footballers. If I'm being honest with you, if you was to go like today, I think Havertz probably doesn't take all the instruction he gives him because Havertz plays with a little bit of freedom. I don't know if you noticed that. And I can tell you now, I don't think Arteta saying to him, play with freedom in that number 10 role because if Eze is struggling and Odegaard's struggling, I think sometimes when a player's defiant, and I'm not saying encouraging this, but when a player's more defiant, they seem to get more chances. I just think that Arteta is very, very rigid with detail to the point where, look, the fucker don't sit down the whole game. Well, I generally think that's a bad thing It's good to be passionate, but every single 5 minutes, he's coaching and managing every situation of a game, right?
Yeah.
Yes, right at the top of the league, and obviously it's doing something right. But I think in situations like people like players like Odegaard, Eze, even Havertz to an extent, even Jokeris, Martinelli, they need some sort of freedom
They
to
do,
play their
Tone.
best
I
football.
couldn't agree more. Give him license, mate, 100%. And another thing as well, Tone, is what you like saying with him and Gyökeres. Sorry, is what the point I was going to make. Just obviously, so we're answering, giving everyone a chance to just get a question so we can answer. Gyökeres, when he's getting these kind of balls, how many times did you see the ball into his path when he's free like that throughout the season?
Yeah,
He hasn't
yeah,
been
yeah,
missing these chances and doing that every single. Watch his games back. He rarely receives the ball like that.
yeah.
So it's one of them where the repetition of movement and what he does. Sometimes it's like it could be that kind of he doesn't get that fed. So when it happens, he's not 100% alert. But that goal he scored today is what you want him to be. That's a
That's what he
predator in
does.
the box.
That's what he
Bang.
does.
That's what you want. That's what you
The
want
thing
from
is,
him. You
on
know.
that chance, Wayne, when Martinelli goes on his left, Saka this season has not been crossing it first time. It will
No.
stop, go back, then he'll go back, then he'll whip it in, then the chance is
And
gone.
Erdegaard
Right?
will normally drop next to him, Tony, and he'll go, "Oh, I
Yes,
played to Erdegaard."
yes,
That
yeah.
ball was first time, and
First
look what he
time
done.
he
He
made the
sat the
run.
defender down, didn't he,
Yeah,
Buns?
he
Pulled
made
it
the
back and
run.
went, "I'll put that base
He got in
straight in."
front of the
Well
man.
done.
One thing we've been asking him to do all season, got in front of his man. The ball was played at the right
Yeah.
time. The finish was there. Let's
Listen,
get through some of these
that could
comments.
be an opportunity. Go on, Tony. Read the
Yeah, I've got a
Jazz
few
out there,
comments in there,
matey.
mate. Yeah, I do believe yes. If we played 4-2-3-1, like with someone I don't mind what name, instead of 4-3-3, it could help him. Yeah, I think it could as well, mate. Bit of freedom in that role. Financial Gooner, would you guys play Gyökeres or Jesus for Chelsea? Both seem to be getting goals, and I'm liking the healthy competition between the two of them. Yeah, I'll go
Yeah,
with
well,
Gyökeres.
exactly, mate.
I'll go with
Yeah.
Gyökeres because they're going to go strong. They've got Reece James back. And I don't know if you guys see the West Ham game this evening. They were 2-0 down, and they pulled it, but
They
they
come
made
back to
loads of
3-2.
changes. He had to put his big boys on, Cucurella and all them lot, and they won it 3-2.
Yeah, listen,
So
they're
they'll
coming
be
to our ground,
buzzing.
aren't they, Tony?
They'll be buzzing after
You
that,
know,
which isn't
you
good.
know what, matey? I'm kind of in and out. What it is, he can be your difference maker. Yoker is. I'm kind of in between, and I'm hoping it won't be like a Man United thing where if he was to play Jesus from the start, that it could be a struggle. But you know, this is the game where you can play. Martinelli's got to start. Madueke's got to start. In my opinion, Erdegaard's got to start. Norgard's got to start. I hope he goes strong with a mix because I think as well, obviously, Sunderland for me is important. We've got a goal advantage. It should have been two. Shouldn't have been. We've let that bloody blonde-haired twat score, didn't we? To put
He
it
was
back to
shit
three
today, by
two.
the way, against West Ham. He was shocking. He got pulled off at
But
half time.
mate, but this is what I'm saying with him. I mean, but we got more than capable of getting a goal, which you can get away with maybe starting Jesus financial. It's a good question. Tone, if it was, I'd say if Gyökeres can go in there, trouble them, get us a goal, you take him off after 60, 65, he's done his job.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I
just
think
worried, but he can take it. Listen, the boy, something had a tweak. He was out for a month. That's my only worry, but he's built differently. He's got he's a strong lad. He could do another 60, 65, get a goal, do the business, and then get Jesus to finish it again. Could be an option, matey.
good goal from
It's
Jesus today.
I'm like that. I'm like that at
Thing
the
is,
moment.
when you
Financial
see
should start.
Jesus do what he done today, the quick feet,
Yeah,
movement out of his feet,
exactly.
bent in the
Brilliant
bottom
goal.
corner. It's like
I
it does.
love that. I
It
did
does.
love that goal. I love
It,
that goal today,
you
Tone.
do sit there and go, Jesus,
Do
that was
it.
quality.
Do it. Yeah, exactly. Jesus, literally, Jesus, do it more. That's quality, but also do it more often in the Premier League as well. But listen. I did enjoy that goal. It's always nice to get them kind of goals when you got
Yeah,
players who can fight for that number 9 with Gyökeres as well. That's what I think should happen throughout the rest of the season. Tone Havertz fights Eza and also Odegaard in certain situations. But that's your number 10s. You got your non. You got Martinelli Trossard left with Eza also challenging that side, and Madueke obviously with Saka. There's so much attacking options now. But your number 9s should be, in my opinion, Jesus and Gyökeres fighting it out, and Havertz can play with either Jesus or Gyökeres as
Yeah,
the
yeah,
number 9. That's his role that I think he'll find himself much, much better. Not as a left 8 when he was playing him left 8 and Ødegaard right 8. Nah, it was crap, as you see. He is a support striker, Tone.
yeah.
You know, that's what he needs to be for the rest of the season.
Cool. Jas Penny's had his red ball this evening. He's on it. Forget about Odegaard, Ethan, and Eze. Arteta couldn't do well with probably one of the best number 10 in football in Özil. All these players are levels below Özil. Do you know why he couldn't do well with Özil, mate? Because Özil wasn't a runner. He wasn't a guy that trapped back. He was a luxury number 10.
Ozil and
Right?
Tony.
He would give
Listen,
you
you
moments.
talk to me and Tony about Ozil because we absolutely loved him. I just think it was his
Yeah,
work rate, his ability to put it in because Arteta wants you to work hard while also having that ability to perform that role. He had the ability to perform the role because he was one of the best number 10s
yeah.
you'll find.
It is
He just
Özil.
wasn't strong and he was a bit lazy, Tone, wasn't he?
But
He
Özil,
wouldn't fight. He wouldn't
Özil
fight.
in this team with Gyökeres, you would find that Gyökeres would be more goals this time
He would
round
have
in the
loved
season. He
Gyökeres.
would have
He would
found
have
him.
loved Gyökeres, and this is what I was arguing that he would have loved Aubameyang if he was given a chance, but he just didn't work hard enough under what Arteta wanted.
Yeah,
But if Arteta was to have trusted him in this modern game, in Ødegaard's role, sorry, then you would have seen a lot more from Gyökeres this season because he loves a number 9 like that.
yeah. Just another example. Ødegaard plays very easily with Haaland. He is the top assister in the world. Cup qualifier 7 or 8. What is Norway manager doing right? Well, I think maybe the handcuffs are off a little bit, mate. Norway's playing a bit more free. Odegaard doesn't tend to, he floats around the pitch, doesn't he? With Norway, for some reason with us, he doesn't do it as much. He doesn't have that. Yeah, the shackles are
Excuse me,
on
guys.
with
Sorry.
him. Financial guy. Arsenal will leave London just 4 times to the Premier League matches this season: Brighton, Wolves, and City. Yeah, we've got a lot of home games left, so we just got to pick.
Yeah.
I think today getting 4 goals and a clean sheet will only do us well going into the
Tone,
next
we have obviously. I know we'll have a tough one against Tottenham, but
yeah,
in terms of going there, I just hate playing them no matter who's in what kind of form.
Yeah.
But other than Man City and Tottenham, in my opinion, will be our toughest away games. We've got the worst of it away. We don't have to go Old Trafford. We don't have to go Anfield.
we
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 don't have
want
to
to
go
go.
Stamford Bridge.
We want to go into our toughest games 7-8
With
points
it.
there.
Of course we do,
Right,
Bones. 100%.
because not saying we want to lose them, but say we go away to Etihad, right? We want to win that, right? Because that will just set the marker down for the title if we beat them. If we beat them at Etihad, we win the title, I think.
I
We
still
want to put
think
ourselves.
they'll struggle this one, Tone,
Yeah,
as well.
I
But
think.
I know what you're saying. We if you want to be listen. Do you remember? You'll remember as well. Last season, Calafiori stunner, and then the goal from Gabriel made it 2-1. We had that Trossard had that silly sending off, and then we defended all game, and they scored in the last minute. We were a minute from beating them with 10 men, 2-1 at the Etihad.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
more than capable of doing the exact same thing again. But this is where you have to turn it on. And if you want to be titles, you want to win titles. We went to Old Trafford and won. We went to Anfield and won. We have to go to these places and prove we are champions. Right now, though, Tone, until that game comes, you just got to keep chugging away and chugging away.
Yeah, no, true.
Get the 3 points on the board, Bones.
Yeah. Financial Gunners put Arsenal will leave London. Oh, I've already done this one. Ignore me. Ignore me. That's the same question, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just saying. Obviously, what the question at the back there is just how big will this play as part of the title race? It's vitally important, matey.
Very good point.
Right now, very, very, very important.
Retro gamer Özil was an old-fashioned number 10 in a modern game. Could have been one of Arsenal's best players. He gave us some really good moments. When he was on it.
Tone, do you remember when
him and Sanchez were just unreal.
Him and Sanchez were next level, but he come on in his first game. Me and Tony were absolutely buzzing, and I'm pretty sure I don't know if we were in contact. We text each other. I can't remember, but we used to go out and we used to go out for drinks, and as lads would do. But Tony was over, and he was out when we played Sunderland away, and we were there. We was watching the game, and we just saw Özil put the ball through to Giroud, bang. and we were exactly
He
excited. And
controlled
it's
that
from
game,
then.
didn't he? He controlled
Yeah,
that game.
and he
All the whole,
controlled it. And he would have been phenomenal, Retro. And in
yeah.
this team, it was just, I think with Arteta, he's got demands that later in his career, Ozil wasn't
Ar-
willing to do. But he would have been
Arteta's not an
phenomenal in this
attacking
team,
coach.
Tone.
I would
Him
love
and
for
Sanchez, Tone.
yeah, I would love for Arteta to sort of bring Wenger in the background in some capacity, just to go through that how to take the shackles off an attack, because what Arteta does not take risks. He does not take risks.
This was his most risky, but again, he kind of fell back, didn't he? 80th minute, you got £65 million player you have brought to unlock stubborn player, and you bring him on in the 80th minute. You know,
Yeah,
and as I say, look, the purple patch with Jazz. For listen, you know, he was right in terms with Trossard. I've been saying, and he will benefit Trossard from if Eza was to start. That you know what, Trossard gets angry when he doesn't play. So if he's playing angry, coming on being a finisher, puts the ball in the back of the net, and you know it's just is what it is. You know, you need players. You need players like that, Tone. You know, it's the way it is. It's football though. Football, this modern game, Tone. You know, as I say, the number 10 role, it would have suited early Özil. Sorry, guys, big star.
cool. Jasper, if Saka injury is long term, would you recall Ethan or do solutions between the current squad? Yeah, I don't think he's going to recall Ethan. Arsenal are very.
Ethan needs to play at Jasper. He does
I
need to
don't
play.
think I've ever seen Arsenal recall a lone player.
No.
Only if they're not getting game time. Like I think Hines, the goalie, he got recalled and then sent back out to another club. That's the only time. And what's his name? Left back. My mind's gone blank. Zinchenko. Sorry, He got sent back from Nottingham Forest because they didn't want him anymore. But then he's now gone to Ajax on a permanent
Which
deal.
that was one that's annoying, guys, and I think obviously let us know in the comments. But
You know what? I
1.5 million no Tone for him.
yeah,
That's what
we paid 15 million for him.
off you
And,
go.
yeah,
The problem is he's
recruit money
on
very
silly
well.
wages. He's on
We
silly
don't.
not silly wages, but high
Yeah,
wages.
we don't
You know,
recruit
but
money very well,
someone
mate.
was bringing it up. He's an
We're shit at selling
international.
players. We really are shit at selling players.
We are. That's the thing, Tone. We
Yeah,
really are. You know, 1.5 mil. But again, you get him off the books, and you're not going to sign him back up. But listen,
yeah,
he helped us. He helped us crack top 4. So we have to be. You know, I think he's obviously had that silly book in the comments in the book he shouldn't have made. But he was there. He turned the club, and he was good. That 22-23 was partly down to him while we were challenging him and Jesus, adding that
yeah,
extra bit of X factor that we needed at the time. You know.
yeah. But if you guys could take one player from each of the big 6 teams this season, who would you take? Take one current player. Oh bloody hell!
From each of the big 6. So if
Big
you're
6.
going, so one player, if you're going to go from, I'll tell you what. Let me go turn out and do this.
Go
All
on, go on.
right, one player from Man City, it will be Haaland.
Yeah,
From Aston Villa, it will be Rodgers.
yeah,
From Man United, Fernandes. From Liverpool, it would have to be, and must have Haaland, Ekitike.
yeah,
But again, this is not me slagging off Gyökeres, by the way. I'm just saying if you're going to give me a
yeah,
player,
yeah.
Isak would be close, but Isak is just he's injured. I tell you, I've chatted
I think
Mark Chen,
Ekitike's
but
been a better player this
Ekitike has
season.
been more solid for me. So I'd say in terms of his form. But again, if you're taking Ireland, who else is in top 6? Is it Chelsea?
Chelsea, yeah,
Hato, they've got some great players, but I'd take Hato because we were after him and I wanted him. He's a centre back, left back, and I think he's got a great, bright future. Hato is not
yeah,
being used as much as he should be. He should have really
yeah.
come to the Arsenal. I know he wouldn't have been used, but Chelsea are doing the same thing. He's just a number now there. But Jorel
Yeah. Good
Hato, who came
question.
from Ajax, I would
Yeah, very
take
good
him from
question there.
Chelsea just for the fact I think he's got a bright future if he's played in the right team.
So, got another question here. The questions are flying in, guys. Keep them coming. Perfect. There's a few of you watching. Please smash the like button. It helps us out a lot. Contribution to Arsenal. Who would you put higher, Gyökeres, Nazario, or Henry? I'd have to be Henry. Sorry, Henry's been on.
Nazari, who's Nazari?
Is
Who's
that
Nazario?
I think it's a nickname. Is he? Are you saying? He was doing it the other night. He was
Was
nicknaming
it
someone else.
Ronaldo? Wasn't it? Because he's calling someone Ronaldo. Is it Martinelli? Nazario, because his name was
Nazario.
Ronaldo Nazario.
Oh, no, Odegaard.
Or Henri. You want
Odegaard.
it again, Jazz? But listen, if it's a serious one, my friend,
It's-
it's you
yeah, I
don't
would say on
walk
me,
past
mate.
on me.
Yeah,
But I'll tell you one thing though.
it would be cold
Yeah,
when to stand alongside his Nicholas Jover, two legends on the club.
yeah, two legend. He's already a
Yeah,
legend, isn't he?
it would
Jover.
be.
Can I just what I would like to say though, guys? And listen, this is hypothetically
Oh, it is
speaking.
a joke. Sorry, mate. Yeah. So your Chris is
Yeah.
sorry, mate. Yeah,
Ronaldo.
you
Yeah,
have
I
done it
know
before.
Nazario is
Yeah,
Ronaldo. I
yeah.
get you. Listen, mate. Listen, keep them coming. We do appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, Jazz Penny's picked these bunch: Bruno, City,
Yep.
Haaland, Chelsea, Casido. Yeah,
Caicedo.
Casido with Rice. Good choice. Yeah.
Caicedo. Yeah, all right. I'll change that. I'm
Dominic
with you.
Szoboszlai.
Caicedo with that. Good chat,
Spurs,
Jasper.
Bentancur. We always need more ball boys.
Oh,
Cool.
brilliant.
It's a joke. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's the previous one. Yeah.
Oh, he's at it again, financial gunner. If you could send one player in our current team out on loan to get experience, who would it be? Ranieri doesn't count.
And I'd say it'd have to be MLS. But we haven't got we have got the depth now in terms of Nkapia and Calafiori coming back to him, but he still adds depth because you can play MLS against Chelsea, which I think he should play, or even, and as I say, he against in the FA Cup, he should. I think that Arteta's got to bite the bullet and put
I'd
him in
send that
midfield.
too.
You know?
I'd send out Max Dowman, because he's just signed a
Max Dowman,
I'd send that Max Dowman to maybe a Championship side. If they'll take him, they probably would. And then obviously MLS would have to go out. I reckon that Nkapia and Calafiori mixing the games up between them, I think would be all right for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and if need be as well, Tone, obviously you can rest. But the problem is resting. You need big Gabs to be rested. So MLS is vital to us at the moment, being able to rest him because you can shift them across and put MLS in. And if Calafiori's played the previous game, then Hincapié comes in at centre half. You put MLS left back. But in terms of him constantly playing,
Retro's put a good question here. Do you agree with the narrative City have played the best football this calendar season? No, I don't. I couldn't. I can't agree with
listen,
that.
Paul Scholes and Rio Ferdinand are click merchants who can't manage. They've never managed a team, never will. The likes of Neville and Carragher are the same. Now, listen, these are legends. They've won stuff, all right, and that's why I'll always reiterate that they are. But the crap that they spout about Arsenal Football Club, it's just pure rage bait and pure jealousy. You know, don't listen to them. Don't take it in. You know what I mean? We were told. Look at Scholes. Are they going to be the worst team? He was in the worst Man United team to win the Premier League, mate. He's got no shout whatsoever. He can't talk. It was Rooney and Van Persie were their best players.
Hate Arsenal, mate. They just hate Arsenal.
They just hate Arsenal. They hate rage baiting. The best football. If it's Sky Sports, it will be because Sky Sports on the payroll of the owners of Man City. You know, they're state-owned, mate.
If I was to pick a team at this moment in time who's up there with us, I know City are second. I'd say Aston Villa play really good football.
Villa is he plays the good football. He's always got that. He's always got that kind of self-destruction mode, Emery.
Yeah, but you've got to take
teams, but he plays good
give
football.
him a bit of credit when he hasn't got the depth that City or Arsenal.
He will struggle without the depth zone, but he still plays. Listen, mate, he played good football with us. It was just some of the players were just taking the piss out of him.
Yeah, he lost the dressing room. He lost
the dressing room, you know. But he could play some good football when it came to it. He had the nails to do that. But it just again, I think it was Aubameyang and Lacazette were the main ones, and Pepe as well weren't helping the situation with him. Yeah, so what's financial
would you exercise our buy option for Nkapia at the end of the season based on what you've seen so far? Yeah, I would.
Listen, mate. Financial. I think
centre half.
Don't listen to what's said about him. We signed him. We've literally signed him. What's happened is what we did with David Raya. We discussed it with Brentford, and look, we can't physically lay the money down in this season's thing, you know, the financials. So we paid for Raya the following season. So Raya came on loan. Nkapia is the same. He has been signed for 48 mil, 50 mil. But what we've done is we put the clause in the loan, but it's practically a done deal, mate. We will pay for it. We will buy him. And listen, I know what people are saying. Oh, he's just come back from injury, guys. Let's give this guy a bit of chance. He's
I
bedding
don't
in.
mind him. I like his
I
aggression.
like
I like
him,
his
Tom.
enthusiasm.
He just
You need to have
give
that.
him time, guys. But I just want to let you know we have signed him. That's just it's just basically because of how much we spent in the summer. He was what he
Yeah,
wanted as a centre back, left back cover. What Mikel wanted. You know what Mikel's like with his left back's tone. Um, but he is signed, guys. He's just going to be. It's going to be clarified in the summer. Oh, Arsenal have activated the buy clause in the. Yeah, that's all it's going to say. But
yeah,
it's been done for the next financial, so we're totally comfortable with it anyway, Tone. But it's PSR and all that. That's all it is. FFP rules
yeah.
means that we'll sign him in next year's books.
Yeah, Just Penny's put a few questions in. Now, a serious one. Who would you rate higher for contribution to Arsenal? Ozil or Odegaard? If we win a double this season, and he is integral in that. So
Listen, you can also, Tone, and sorry, you know what Jasper was mucking about with us and winding us up with Nazario.
yeah,
Listen, I loved him to be at Arsenal. I put him football manager. I always signed Ronaldo for Arsenal when he played with Henry up front. That is a dream thing. Look at it this way. You can't say Gyökeres is nowhere near the level of Henry, right? But if Gyökeres, hypothetically, by the way, guys, please make sure you understand I'm talking hypothetically. If he was to win a Champions League and a Premier League, right, which Henry never did win a Champions League, he won 3 Premier Leagues.
yeah.
He could even Ozil didn't win a Premier League or a Champions League. If Odegaard wins it with this team, he can technically be considered a better player.
Didn't he win it with Real Madrid?
No. I mean for us. He
Oh,
won it with Real
yeah,
Madrid. Sorry, I
yeah.
mean Özil for us is what I think. What a Jazz was saying. Yeah, listen, you could look at it as well. Technically, there's no way, shape, or form will Gyökeres or an Odegaard be better than Özil and Henry. But if they start winning stuff, they were part of the team that won that stuff. It's a good argument, Tone. It's a good argument
No,
to
it is.
have,
It
you know.
is. It is. If you was Arsenal Arteta, I'd probably pick Odegaard because of the work level that he gives you in a game. But then there also there was a lot of arguments against Ozil in terms of like he does a lot of running in games. Ozil, he just does it in the other direction. He don't go, But I think Ozil's slightly ahead of Odegaard in terms of contributions, in terms of assists.
Well,
Because
totally
Ozil
is.
would
Yeah,
get you
totally.
10 to 15 assists per season consistently, right? Odegaard hasn't hit the heights the last 2
He
seasons.
also got the goals, didn't he, Tone? While
To the
Odegaard's
point
not
where,
getting the goals.
and I'll throw it back at you, Wayne, in terms of to this question, Just Pender as well. Were we ever talking about selling Ozil when he was at his prime of his career? We wasn't. He was brilliant. Odegaard is so inconsistent. It's frustrating. That's why
He's had
supporters
18
were
months
like,
of inconsistency. He's
we're
just
now
not been
having
good,
to
Tone.
find other solutions.
Of course we have.
With Havertz playing that role now,
Yeah.
that's why that's why he edges it for me. But I actually don't mind Scholes and Gary Neville saying it. It's not an Arsenal agenda. He's also said Haaland would throw Lazaro Martinez in the net. Okay, before this Manchester, Joe, what I think Gary Neville's a knobhead. I really do. Right, I actually don't mind as a commentator. I must admit he does commentate really well, and I don't think you can take that away from the guy. He does commentate really well, but he does say stuff at times, and you're like, "I'll make sharp." Like when
It's
he went,
just he's biased, Tone.
The Martinez thing where Liverpool, right? Martinez has made a mistake. He dragged the player off. He didn't. It's in the height of the game. Even Slot come out and said, "Look, he didn't know he was that injured." So, and then Neville in the game's going, someone should thump him." Like, what the fuck?
Jasper, listen, you know what happens, right, mate? So that's his job.
So they hate everyone equally, yeah. Well, yeah.
I know I suppose in a sense, yeah.
Society 20, mate. Yeah, no, yeah.
Thanks for joining, mate.
Late.
Doesn't matter, my friend. Please, we appreciate any views and any comments, matey.
What do you think of VG can push on this? I haven't seen him come into move over the past few weeks. I do think that maybe we are starting to work it out. Yeah, I think Havertz is the key,
There's always a 6-month bedding in period. Arsene Wenger said that, Tone. He said players need a 5-6 month bedding in period. He's having it now. He's kind
He's
of
getting a
reached
bit
it.
of confidence. I know he's getting a bit of
Yeah,
confidence
he's
now. His
getting more
movement, he's
confidence.
getting a bit more
Society.
aggressive
Let's
with
hope so. Let's
defenders.
hope so, mate.
He's trying to get on the end of things now as well.
Another
So,
one quickly, Tone. Sorry, and before we move on to a Jasper's comment about
um,
Gary Neville, if me or you, and I say obviously everyone else, listen, we don't know your personal things. You come here to join us and chat. But if in my job, I'm customer relations, I'm front foot as opposed to yourself. You're in the financial, you're talking to people and stuff like that, right? So if you're telling me, if I go out into the public domain and I go to one of my customers, but say like I've got a customer that wouldn't take I'm talking to a customer and they went, oh yeah, they won't take my parcels. I say, you know what, you should go over and thump them. I would thump them, right? How I could lose my job if that gets reported. This Gary Neville goes online and says that someone should use violence against another person. If I was to say that, I'd lose my job. If you were to say one of your customers should use fine, you would be pulled into by your
in the
CEO.
workplace, if you say to, I
You're
can't
you're
punch him,
threatening. You're
you
using
should have
threatening
punched him for that.
behaviour in a
Yeah,
workplace, but he gets away with it. Says it on live TV. I say
yeah,
that, or if I was overheard by my manager, and I go to my manager, yeah, this cut he wants, I'll thump. You should thump him, really, mate. I'd be pulled in that office. I'd have a serious or sacked.
yeah.
It's one of
But
them. But there we
yeah,
go.
it
But
is
anyway,
what it is,
sorry, I just
mate.
want to make that point, Tone. It's
Wait,
different privileges.
Wayne's
Different privileges.
rant, guys. He wants to beat Gary Neville up.
Oh,
I
give
don't
me a
mean
chance.
on a whole. Özil has a World Cup. I just mean they're contributing to Arsenal as a club from their time and keeping
Yeah.
everything that has happened. Yeah, no, I think Özil slides it for me. It's just very over. So,
He has won 3 FA Cups as well.
How would Odegaard do under Wenger? Very well. I think he would have done very.
Wenger wouldn't play him as if Wenger wouldn't. Well, the
Wenger
way the
couldn't.
football
Wenger
played,
couldn't
he was
really.
free.
Wenger wasn't good at coaching defending. One thing I would say, his defending was very like zonal marking from corners. Like one mistake that he didn't have was he didn't have a defensive coach, a good defensive coach, right? I think that we would have been okay. I mean, Steve Bold coming, but I don't know how much power he had to change.
He had power. Boldy had power for the first couple of months when we were keeping clean sheets, and Wenger's kind of pulled him back, and he didn't do anything anymore. There was no. He didn't have any control.
Wenger had a lot of. He was a very big person on setting players free. Playing with that freedom. That's why Cesc Fabregas was as good as he was. Nasri, Hleb, all them players were playing with a lot of freedom under Wenger. And I think Odegaard would be just as good under Wenger. I think Arteta's too in the detail. Wenger was very smart.
When he was 15,
he was in the detail. But I think he liked technical football. Moved the ball quickly. Odegaard would have thrived in that. Arteta at this moment in time, everything's marginal, very minimal. Make sure we defend before we score. That's his mentality with a lot of things. You can tell by the way we play. Against Leeds, I think we was moving the ball a lot quicker, come out of the traps. When we score early in a game, this is why I get worried. When it's 0-0 going and it's half time, I worry because it'll go one way or the other. Like if you look at United, we went into the half time. It was 1-1, right? And then they come out and nick the second. We've got to stop relying on second half football, right?
Yeah.
And against Leeds, we were 2-0 up, half time. Come out, score a third. We're playing with freedom, right? And I think that's the key for us is nicking that early goal. I think Arteta relaxes a little bit when we've got a cushion. Then we start playing our football. But it's when we go into a game, especially in low blocks, we're worried about the counter attack and everything's very safe, right? So I think the one thing I do miss with Wenger, the fact that he'd go into a game and he'd just blow our team away. They could have low blocks and he'd find a way. Because he'd have players playing with attack. But then at the same time, we'd sit there where we had a game where we've lost 1-0 because we've been caught up on the counter attack. But yeah, I think Odegaard would do a lot better under Wenger. That would be my point. And I think that might be one of the reasons for him leaving in the summer is to go and play under more of a coach that plays attacking football. That would be my argument.
Read this out, Tone, because I agree with it, and I'll
go on. Retro Gamers put something I hate with a lot of podcasts is when they say Mertesacker wasn't better than Koscielny. I feel he was better leader than him tenfold. I love Mertesacker. I thought he was a brilliant defender. I thought he was
Listen,
great.
Tone, and listen this. Why do you think that Koscielny became a better player? Well, how was Koscielny with Vermaelen, for argument's sake?
Mm.
They weren't great. Vermaelen was a great sort of like he was scoring goals. Me and you went to the Blackburn game when he belted it in from like 25, 30 yards. He was a goal scoring defender. But him and Koscielny just could not defend as a unit.
Yeah.
Mertesacker came in and Koscielny was the covering centre back, and Mertesacker covered it all. As much as they was never on this level, or never elite level with these two, because at the time, obviously under Mourinho, John
Yeah.
Terry was the slow, controlled leader of the defence. Cavallio
Yeah.
covered him. Mertesacker was the slow, controlled, knows where it is. Koscielny covered him. Koscielny was made better because of Mertesacker. It's that simple. I love Mertesacker. So he's going at the end of the year, which is gutting. But listen, he's chasing something else different. He's done a good job for the youth team and the
He was
youth
a very,
side.
very, very
You know,
smart defender as
and he's
well.
a smooth,
He
very
weren't.
smart. Didn't
He
have the
weren't.
body for
He
it, Tone,
weren't.
did he? Didn't have the
He
pace.
weren't. He
He was
weren't.
just there. No, I've
You
did
know,
Tony Adams, by the way.
he
He didn't
turned
have the
like
pace.
a truck. He turned like a truck, but his defensive awareness was probably the best at that time. But yeah,
I
very good
loved him.
question.
I loved him, mate. I wouldn't
Very
have
good
anything
question.
said about Mertesacker. I loved
No,
him.
no, he was if it's it's all for engagement, I feel.
Yep.
This week Odegaard was getting hate, and I have seen people talking about him who don't even support Arsenal. They say
Yeah.
things because it will get engagement. Yeah. Look, one thing you guys will get
Anything
on this
with the
channel.
Arsenal in it, Tone. Anything
Yeah,
that mentions an Arsenal player,
yeah,
an Arsenal coaching staff, anything to do with Arsenal, it's engagement. And
yeah,
Arsenal fans online, and all due respect to our current viewers, and a lot of you, I don't mean any, but it's not necessarily you guys, but there's people online that engage with them and respond. There's silly,
yeah.
silly youngsters, silly kids from wherever they
Keep
come
scrolling.
from.
So I say keep
And
scrolling.
Sky Sports do it as well, Tone. Sky
Yeah,
Sports are
it's
trying to stay relevant now,
clickbaiting. It's
and they
clickbaiting.
clickbait. They clickbait a
We're
jazz fan.
talking
That's
about
all
it
it's
yesterday,
for,
weren't we?
mate.
There's a lot of clickbait. One thing you'll get at our channel, guys, and it's our ethos is just talking football. It's talking opinions. It's what we say. All right,
We don't want
that's why we
clickbait. We just want
reiterate.
to talk football.
We talk about Odegaard. Odegaard's not informed, and we're being honest about how we feel about Odegaard. I don't hate the guy. I think he's a brilliant footballer.
I don't
He's
hate
not
anyone who
doing it
pulls on
right
the
now.
Arsenal top, Tone.
Anyone that puts on the Arsenal shirt, I'm backing 100%. That's one thing that I would say.
But this is the thing that someone said as well online, and they said, "Oh, there's people hating on Erdegaard, but then you'll celebrate." There's people that was hating on Gyökeres and celebrate his goals, and they're saying you shouldn't
Yeah,
celebrate it. If you're saying we're not, as I say, we are
we all criticize.
we're
Be factual.
criticising. We criticised
Um,
Martinelli because we said, look, we wanted a left winger update. We criticised Trossard because we're thinking, right, you need to be more consistent.
yeah,
I still believe you need to have a left winger that, like a Sanchez, who's going to give it to you all throughout. Because like Trossard and like Jasper said, can't keep it up throughout the whole season, but he's effective in certain situations, and he can maybe turn into a finisher for the back end of the season. But if you're criticising players, it's because you want your team to do well, and you can see that it's like, hang on a minute, you've got this in you. Martinelli, he was a phenomenal player in the year 22-23. Me and Tony said, we just want you to get back to that form. There is
yeah.
never no hate. You should never hate on any player that plays for your football club. There's a lot of hate for
A
Gyökeres.
lot of channels
And
do
even on if
promote
there's
hate, don't
hate
they?
in the stadium, Tony, if it comes into that's what concerned me when you were saying at the Liverpool game about Gyökeres. If there's hate or there's disdain or whatever it is, it's like, look, just get behind the player, because you're going to be, if you're jumping up and down come May because this geezer scored the vital goal that wins you the league, wins you an
Yeah,
FA Cup, wins you a Carabao, wins you a Champions League, you are going to be loving this guy because he'll
yeah.
be a legend whether he's been struggling or not. Get behind your player. Eddie
Well,
Nketiah, I criticised constantly. I thought he wasn't good enough. But if that guy proved me wrong, I said to you multiple times prior to this channel, I said, if Eddie scores, then I'm chuffed for him and score. But he was never consistently doing it anymore.
yeah,
And that's why I was saying, Tone. But you pull that top on, I will criticise because I think you can score. If you're not good enough, then
mm,
it will look like you'll criticise a player in wanting them to be better.
yeah,
Martinelli can do it, we know it, and this is and all players. Erdegaard is the same. It's no
yeah,
hate. It's we know you can do better.
yeah,
If you can't, then look, thank you very much, but we'll have to look at it in the summer.
yeah.
But
Let me get through some of these comments, Wayne. They're piling up, mate. I mean
what's
the
that?
fault. I mean the faults we can say with Arteta from overthinking into detail. With like Pep, you can say a less experienced copy of Pep. Arteta is Pep made players robotic, systematic, and Arteta the same. Yeah, no. Although I think Pep, the difference with Pep and Arteta, Pep's willing to change stuff per game.
He changed
know,
the whole dynamic of the team for Haaland, Tone.
Yeah. We should focus on extra time football now. First half and second half is sorted.
Yeah, listen, Jazva, you're going to get some dodgy games where you're going to need that extra time, mate. He's got to start working on that as well.
Society Twins put read the Arsenal read that Arsenal hierarchy need trophies this season. I read that, sorry, mate. I can't read them. If Fiji scores 20 plus and wins them something, it could be that Fiji saves Mikel Arteta, even though MA didn't really want Fiji. Fair point, very fair point, mate. I think
a very fair point. He was coveting Sesko. I think, as I've said, as I pointed out previously, obviously Berta has come in and said, look, I think you need a profile like a Gyökeres, who is something different to. You've already got a profile in Havertz that you would have had in Sesko. Sesko is a younger version of Havertz. The difference is that Sesko can he's as a striker, yeah, but he's got the profile of a Havertz type that can play up front like that. That's the Sesko profile that you have there.
Yeah. Let me continue with these comments.
Yeah, go on.
Back on your point. Mertesacker
yes.
turned in the cycle of the Titanic.
He did,
mate. He did, but he was a good defender head on. Mertesacker was a German slug. Tony pulled Caprice. What's that mean? Everyone hates us. We're in the middle of the Premier League. Yeah, we are, mate. We are.
Yeah, and thanks for joining the channel, mate.
Welcome back, buddy.
It's George Graham. Sorry, Tone. George Graham did say it's fashionable to hate Arsenal. Everyone hates us. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's just it's in our part of our history. Let them hate. Just we have to put it in their faces, don't we?
So myself, Scott, no one wants to see us win the title, and when we do, watch him all say it was the easiest year to win it. No other clubs are decent. Blah blah. Yeah, I've heard that, mate. I've heard that as well.
Listen, mate, you'll get it.
It hasn't been the best Premier League season. Jamie O'Hara on TalkSport. I'll tell you what, I'm going to call it up next time he's on. Him and Jason Cundy.
Don't rise to it. He wants people like you to. He wants people like you to call up.
He comes up.
He's a little slug. He's a slug. You call Mertesacker a slug. He's a slug, mate.
He's a twat. But they play rubbish football. He's on say going, they won 4-0, but they play rubbish football. They, got an own goal. They got, another set piece again, and I'm like, we scored. What? No one's mentioned Jesus' goal or Gyökeres' goal. That was an open play. No one's mentioned Jesus' goal. That was a moment of quality. If Haaland does that, Wayne, or Ekatike, or someone else does it, fucking Gordon at Newcastle. Oh, do you see the Gordon's goal? What a finish! No one can praise us for doing well, right? Everyone's hating us, and they don't like it because we're literally close. We're so close.
We are. That's the same. We're on the precipice of something great, guys.
It absolutely. He hates it.
Just ignore it. Listen, just honestly to everybody out there. Listen, I'm not. I'm just a guy that's talking football with his cousin, and we've got a platform. And we're sending it out there on the internet for you guys, and you guys are very kindly joining in with us and talking. I'm not any. I'm just saying, if there's people watching this video, I'll just say to you, guys, don't engage with it. Don't listen. Jamie O'Hara, is a waste of space anyway, but don't engage. Don't listen. TalkSport is talk shite. It's not. You should not be listening to TalkSport. I've told you this.
Yeah.
I've told you to stop listening to TalkSport. TalkSport, when they had their little segment with that Adrian Durham twat, R5, it was everything. It was some Gooner. It was something Arsenal. I can't remember it, with Darren Goff, and they changed it to something. Everything they changed it to Tottenham thing because it wasn't fashionable to be doing Arsenal anymore at the time. But he used to always take the piss out of Arsenal at R5. Daily R. I can't remember what it was, boys. But listen, stop these shows. TalkSport, you shouldn't even be listening to, Tone. I've told you this many a time. I stopped listening to him years ago because you start to realise.
I listen to Ray Parlour because he literally will fight.
Listen, I love Ray Parlour. I used to listen to Ray Parlour and Alan Brazil.
White and Kieran as well. They're both very defensive of anyone that tries to criticise us, which is good. Wait, I've got loads of comments here, mate. Let me
keep reading, mate.
We're an hour and 10 minutes in, so we'll start shutting the stream down soon, gents and ladies, whoever's watching. Please hit the like button, guys. It helps us out a lot. To be fair, we don't do ourselves any favours. We have some fans who were comparing Saka to Messi.
Mate, we don't
do ourselves any favours. We don't.
I know. Honestly, mate, some of the fans we've got, they are so bad, Tone.
Do you know what? Actually, well, I'll sorry, I'm gonna go on a little tantrum here, but I'll go on
Go on,
the
mate.
rest of the comments in a
Go for it.
minute.
I've had a
I,
fair few today. You go for
I
it.
took a friend today to go and view some properties in Rochester, right? And I went in a pub with him, and I ran into a guy, and he was a Tottenham supporter, and he went, "Why were you booing the other day? Why were your fans booing your players?" And I went, "I have no idea. I literally don't agree with it either." And he was like, "You're challenging for 4 trophies. Forget United." He went, "You're challenging for 4 trophies, and you're booing your players." And I went to her. Do you know what? I went. I couldn't even give him an answer because I don't agree with it. But how can you? But it's right. I know we spoke about this on another pod. But how can you boo our team? You know, yes, we lost to United, right? And that wasn't a good day. I had a meltdown on our watch along. Probably not as bad as some. I've seen all the other channels play. My meltdown was like rated PG compared to them lot. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, those people throwing shit around. I'm like, honestly, yeah, it wasn't as bad compared to everyone else. So, but it was like we had a blip, right? And as I said, we was always going to lose a game at some point. It's who we lost it to, and I think that's what hurt the most. But we moved, guys. We beat Leeds 4-0. We're back on track.
Here's a good one here quickly, Tone, as well.
Go on, mate.
Sorry,
I'll read it
Tone.
out. Go on, I'll a little tantrum now. I'll go. Let's get through the
I
comments.
just want you to read this out. It's a very good. Thank you,
That's
Jazz.
better.
It's
Yeah,
very
that's
kind.
my
Yeah.
point. Saw a video talking about Odegaard has a baby he shouldn't have, or maybe he has turned vegan. Just talk football. We are his abilities.
What are his abilities?
What are his abilities? What is he lacking? That's why I follow you. Yeah, exactly. We don't. Do you know what?
You don't have to personally attack people, Tone. Like their personal stuff.
Another thing as well, and I'm gonna just on that subject as well, Jess Pender as well. Declan Rice, people are attacking his missus because she's on the big side.
We were talking about it last night. It's disgusting,
come
mate.
on, leave the guy alone. He's one of our best players. He's one of the best players in the last 10 years.
Why are you not with a supermodel? It's because he's been in love with her since he was a bloody teenager. Leave the bloke alone.
I know we're on a social media platform doing pods, mate, but social media can be really, really toxic at times.
Yeah, I dislike it, but when I was on that, I was like, just leave it alone. Honest to God,
they're human beings. I think people forget they're human beings when they go off that pitch. They've got
their own personal lives.
They go and shop at Sainsbury's. They might have more money than us, but they go and shop at
They might be able to buy the whole of
Sainsbury's,
but it's not the point.
It's mine. I think that X and Instagram and stuff, it is for the brain dead people sometimes that come out with
the good thing about X Tone is what I do is if there's someone that want to going on. Now, one thing that I said to you, and you will clarify this, and sorry, Retro, we will get to your question quickly.
Yeah.
And like with Gyökeres and that stuff like that, with Nketiah, if I didn't rate the guy, but I would never go on like the abuse. There's people abusing him or saying stuff. I would never go online or never go on a channel like this and start abusing it with personal abuse of Nketiah. I said to Tony will back me up in a personal chat we had way before this, and when Eddie Nketiah was still at his football club. I didn't rate him, but I would never go online personally say Eddie Nketiah is shit. Get out of my club. You're shit, mate. You're too bit, or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
These people hide behind keyboards, type, and that's not me. Yes, I didn't rate the guy.
We've been quite lucky, really. Everyone that's joined our stream hasn't really been abusive, but opinions are opinions, right? So,
opinions are opinions. But this is what you do. We don't go for clicks. We don't have headlines that's going to set the Twitter world ablaze. We're just here to talk football. That's all it is.
And hopefully everyone enjoys it. Anyway, let's
get through some of these comments. We love the football club, don't we, Tom? So
yeah. I was at the stadium and Xhaka threw a tantrum coming off and saw a couple of people AFTV booing Lim for me. I found it fondly disgusting.
Yeah.
Yes, he should have had urgency coming off, but never boo. Do you know what? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I agree, Retro.
I don't see why we boo our players like. Don't get me wrong, right? Frustration is one thing. Like when I come out of the game against Liverpool, I held my hands up on the next pod. I went to maybe your quiz is a bit of a flop for us. Right? That was me being angry because he weren't moving, and I was watching from a higher tier seat, right, in the upper tier, and I can see that he weren't. But then it could be a confidence thing or what. And I was in the next stream. I actually held my hands up. I was like, do you know what? that was extremely harsh on the guy, right? Because all right, he's probably not going to have a great season, but I think he's going to finish strong going by today.
I think
And I think
he's going
he'll
to. I
kick
think
on a
he's going
little
to
bit.
hit the
I think he
double.
will
He's going
kick
to hit
on.
20s. I think he's going to
So
have 20
I would never,
or 20 plus, mate.
I would never dream of going next guy and and start abusing him and all
The
that stuff.
stuff that Eddie got, Tone, I thought was
But
absolutely disgusting, mate.
Shaka actually got death threat.
And
I
Shaka,
think his
he
wife
did.
got abuse, and it's like,
Yep.
apparently these kids at school were getting abuse as well.
This is the
it's
power, though. Whatever you want to, sorry, Tone, as well. But
absolutely
just on that point, this is the power of Arteta, because that guy was. If someone was abusing my family, I want to go.
Yeah.
He has no ties with
Uh,
Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah.
We come and sign. Wenger signed him in 2016. He has no ties. He's a Swiss
He was
Albanian
the
sort of.
strongest player in that squad in terms of mentality, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually gutted that we didn't sign him when he was available from Leverkusen, because I reckon he would have done a better job in Norgard.
How kind of
I'll have brought him back.
What's the word I'm looking at? Right, just to come back to get, he could have come back. He was so close to getting a title with us, wasn't he? And then he's obviously gone to Bayer Leverkusen. They went unbeaten with him in the team. They won the league.
Look what he's done at Sunderland. This goes to prove how strong he is as a character.
It would have been nice for him, at least. But obviously, he wouldn't have played him. I mean, listen, I don't think he would have had a starring role. So I think that's where, if you're going to ask me if I wanted a Xhaka or a Supermendy, I will choose a Supermendy.
He'll probably get
Xhaka is Norgard kind of role.
You're allowed to boo him next week, though. That's one thing I would say.
He's not fit enough. He's not fit enough.
He's not fit enough. Oh, thank
I'm glad for that, because I
went to go to that game because I was, but yeah, no, but hopefully then, let's get through all the comments are piling up. Sorry, guys, we'll get through them.
We'll get through them, guys. We start to close it down as well.
Wayne loves talking, mate. He loves it.
Let me talk today. Go on. Let's give the guys some. Let's get these comments in.
Right. Would you have preferred signing Eze and not sign Eze and Gyökeres if the total money could be used to sign Alvarez last summer?
No,
it's hindsight, mate.
It's so tight. It's so tight.
I'm glad we signed Eze.
But that's two players. That's two players. I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But Alvarez would have struggled this season the way Gyökeres has if he was a lone striker. Alvarez is that guy that comes on. He's as I said, he's a regen of Gabby Jesus. Gabby Jesus is getting back to a decent level, which is fair play. Long may it continue, because that will be fantastic for that guy if he can win something with us, because he helped kickstart this project in terms of the fact that we were a year or two ahead of what the project was. People are saying, what's the phase? We were not expected that year to get anywhere near challenging for a title, and we did. We flopped at the end because we had Rob Holding in the back when Saliba went down, and we were shocking. We were shit.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't swap him, mate. I wouldn't swap him. He needs to be added to a Gyökeres, not instead of.
Oh yeah. Cool. Sorry, there's loads of comments, Wayne. O'Hara and even Simon Jordan. I really hate that man more than any other football pundit. O'Hara, Simon Jordan's just the ex-chairman.
He's just an ex-chairman. He's staying relevant in the space, isn't he? Because he's a football man.
Guys, whoever's obviously there's a few of you watching. When you next listen to talk Simon Jordan, whenever he talks, right, he has to throw in a fucking dictionary word. Listen to it. He'll talk and he'll go, it's absolutely flimming him, and he'll come out with some long fucking word. You're like, mate, why do you just talk normally? Why do you have to sound like the smartest guy in the fucking room?
Well, as I say, mate, he was always that way. He's absolutely fair play. Fair play. You're a millionaire. You're a chairman of Crystal Palace Town.
Martin Keown. I think Martin Keown wants to punch him some days, because if you watch Martin Keown, look where he looks at him and goes, he's not really a pundit for me. But O'Hara gets me. I think he does it. He does like winding the arseportals up. So, but I do want to. I probably will call him up one day.
Let me know if you do, Tone, and I'll come online just to hear it. I'll listen to TalkSport for you.
Have a laugh. But
I'll listen to TalkSport for you.
He's a nightmare. He's a nightmare, the guy. Yeah. Other than Perry Groves and Romford Perry, they all hate us on the radio. Yeah, no, they do.
Super Perry Groves.
By the way, I like Perry
Groves. Love a bit of Perry Groves. I've got his book.
Legend.
I'll read his book. He's a bloody character. But do love Perry Groves.
It doesn't feel like yesterday I was hearing there's a North London power shift when Poch was in charge of them lot down the road. New look. They might be bringing him back. They might be bringing him back. I mean, is Alfie online? Alf, are you online? Let us know. I don't think he is. Would have been good to get his take on the game tomorrow.
As I say, if he's just passed his driving test, Tony could be out.
He's out on the road. He's out on the road.
Yeah, the boy might be enjoying himself. Good luck to him.
Fair enough. Enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. Be safe. Just Pende, even with the Havertz thing, he got death threats to his family, and now people are acting like he's our savior. Yeah, some of the vans just project their personal lives and sounds onto the players. Do you know what?
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Very good point, Jasper.
Very good point, Jasper.
Very good. It's a very good way to sort of speak about how things are, and I know it's a very good closing point to the show as well. Football, right? And this is why I got the ump with Gary Neville when he come out with that statement about it's middle-aged white men that are causing all the problems, right? I'm not going to get political in this show.
You tell it now. Go on, Sam. I know exactly what you say. Get it out, Sam.
We all have problems in life, right? We all have problems in life. We have personal issues. Me and Wayne, it ain't perfect outside. There's a lot of work that goes into making this show. And everyone has their own problems. Football is everyone's escape. There's a lot of you watching, and I think it'd be safe to say everyone watching this, football is an escape. On a Saturday, whether it be a 12:30 kickoff, a 3 o'clock kickoff, or an 8 o'clock, like on Tuesday, I'll have a busy day at work, coming home, looking forward to that Chelsea game. I switch off mentally for 90 minutes of football to enjoy my club.
Forget the world. Forget the problems.
It's my getaway to all of life's problems, right? And you're right. People do project their lives onto these footballers, right? They're human beings. They're going to make mistakes. And I think because they get paid a lot of money, right? And I think and I remember saying, but it's they're getting paid millions of pounds a year. So they should be used to getting abused. Why should anyone be used to getting abused? Especially, I obviously, no disrespect to anyone, don't have kids, but if you have kids, I've got 2 young girls, right? And Wayne's got kids as well. Could you imagine getting people talking about your kids online? You don't even know who they are.
The worst thing.
Because you've not done something in a football game. It's absolutely, you've actually think about it that way, right? I know I'm going off on a whole different thing, right? But it's nuts. It is absolutely nuts. So one thing I will say, guys, tune into this show. It's going to be talking football, opinions. You're never going to get us saying, I hope you're never going to hear us abusing players. We might be critical, but you won't get abused on this show. Like we do. I've seen other shows where it's like, come on, it's too deep. It's too deep. But yeah, that very, very good point, Jess Pendy. Very good point. Oh, by the way, congratulations, guys. We joined 300 something subs now. Yeah, 1K soon. Yeah.
Thank you, Jazz, for you did. And we started it. You've helped us start towards that climb, my friend. And we are so close. But listen, we appreciate your comments and some of them absolutely hilarious. I love the Ronaldo Nazario, mate. I got it in the end. It's been a long day. Me and Tony, we went out to kind of have a little celebration last night. We got back a little late. I was a little bit knackered because I had work in the morning. But mate, keep them coming. We do appreciate it.
Yeah. No, we appreciate it, mate. We appreciate it. Yeah, there's a few regulars on in there. We all appreciate everyone.
Everyone, old and new, but yeah, listen, everyone just look. Come here, like Tony's just said. I'm not going to step on his point, but just come to have a chat of football. Join the comments. That's all. We just want to chat football. This is me and Tony. We might have a camera pointed to us and an app that allows us to do this. And Tony puts a lot of work into doing that. But me and Tony would talk like this if you guys weren't even in the room. Me and Tony would still have this conversation about football. This is our way of expressing it. We like to have an escape. We go and escape. We chat football. Come and join. Come talk to us, guys. We're here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Cool. On that note, I think we'll call it there. We've been online for quite some time. We appreciate all the comments and everyone getting involved. There's a few new of you. If you're new around here, guys, please hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel out a lot. And hit the like button. It helps out a lot as well. We will be back on Monday for the preview of the Chelsea
final. Another big game, guys. Let's get it over the line. Get to the final. That's what we want.
We will have a watch along ready to go on the Tuesday. Charles, if you're watching, mate, I'm hoping to have a timer for this show. I'm hoping I've solved the problem in the background. But guys, honestly, come and join us. It's nice to. Oh, hang on, the comments just refreshed. Sorry, there's a few more comments, but we'll get
Sorry,
through
guys.
these.
Let's finish that. Let's finish this up. Yeah, we'll finish last comments. Thank you, guys. Go on.
Last comments, guys, and we'll shut it down. Never take AFTV seriously. For me, it's a comedy channel. I go there for comedy,
Good
not
point.
for smart football discussion. Smart football discussion, I come here. Good man. Yeah, keep
Thank
coming
you, mate. Yeah, thank you. Listen,
Yeah.
that's it. You want to have a laugh at people. Yeah.
Great comeback you've seen as a fan. For me, it has been reading 7-5. What's that mean?
Yes,
Did
as
you
a
get that?
fan retro. I remember that. Yeah, as I say, just closing it down. But that's a fantastic game. I tell you what, we'll have to have a reminisce about stuff like that. But we obviously
Yeah.
closing it down. But that
Oh,
was a
Reading.
fantastic. I thought we were
Yeah,
dead and
sorry,
buried.
mate. Yeah. Ty is the only one from I respect. That man is Arsenal through and through. Even goes to women under. He goes to everything. Goes to under 21.
He gets so much disrespect today.
He
And I think to
fights.
myself, he's a proper
He
gooner.
fights the away fans. He's a proper Arsenal.
He just
Literally,
loves the
you cannot
football
say
club, and he gets the piss taken out of him by him. I think himself, this is just a guy who loves this football club and goes to every game. Just be respectful to him. That's why I stopped watching it, guys. Because to some people, are just leave him alone. He loves Arsenal. Just
you know what? I've never seen an Arsenal wear so much merch.
He got the headphones. Just comes kitting up. He's got the fair play to him. I've got plenty of time for Ty. That's the only one really I've got time.
You know what I will say?
Channel.
He can be a little bit annoying though, because when we lose, he's never gone. There might be a good thing as well. He go, oh, it was the ref's fault as well as stuff, and I'm like, mate,
we've all been there, mate. We've all been.
We'll never say we've not played well, but do you know what?
Yeah.
That's also our strength, right? That's myself said that's the good things about your podcast, lads. A lot of us stuck in a hamster wheel trying to get by in life. These YouTube channels let us talk and listen about things we love and keep us going. Yeah, of course, mate.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Listen, if anything we can do, but and thank you, Retro, and thank you. Well, listen, as Tony said, I'm not stepping over at these points. Listen, come to the game, come to this channel, have a chat, join in with the comments. Listen, we can have healthy debates, healthy discussions. That's all it is about. But listen, it's an escape as well. This is an escape for me and Tone.
I mean, you guys, you might not agree with us, but that's what the chat's for. We can.
This is what it's about. We're all here, but this is what we've done it for. Me and Tony need an escape. Life isn't the best all the time, and in the UK at the moment, it's not fantastic. And wherever you are in the world watching, I'm pretty sure at times there is other things. It's stressful, but keep going. And you want to talk to us? Come join the channel, please. We appreciate it. But thank you all for watching, guys. Come back and join in conversation on Monday.
Cool. On that note, we'll call it there. As I said again, please, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you on Monday.
Cheers, guys.
Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Enjoy the West. Take care.